Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing pencil toppers. I'm super excited about this because everybody loves these, and they can be such a fun gift, and you can give them to kids at school, you can give them to your doctor's office, you can make cute little things for your vet's office. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with these. So today we're going to do something really simple. I have a 4x4 hoop, so I can only do 2 at a time. But if you have a bigger hoop, play with the amount that you guys can do. Definitely make it fun. Okay, so I'm going to do some hearts. Just very simple, cute little hearts. Okay, I'm going to make that one, and then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to grab the rectangle that has the square edges. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that it's filled with a solid color, and I want that solid color to be white. And we'll still have to use our eraser, but it's a lot less that we'll have to use it. Okay, so let's just try to line it up as best we can in the middle. Okay, and then we'll go up here to our eraser, and we'll just erase. Oops. I know, I never take my advice. Zoom in when you're erasing. It makes things so much easier. Your images come out so much nicer in the end. Okay, and go slow. There's no rush. I like to do everything fast, so sometimes I mess myself up by being in a rush. Okay. All right, we're going to erase that and also that. Sorry about that. Erase the top and the bottom of the rectangle that you just put in. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just have a thing with symmetry. Okay. All right. So there's your basic shape of what the pencil topper looks like. You can do this with any shape. It just has to have the 2 lines on the side that are open on the bottom and open on the top so that the pencil can slide in nicely. Okay. All right. So let's zoom back out to normal. And one of the things that's fun is being able to put things inside of it. So let's put a little star inside. Make it really cute. Make it a little bit smaller so that it can sit in there much nicer. Okay, let's make it all yellow. Color 2, yellow as well. Oh, why did that happen? Okay. All right, so click out once that's done. Very, very simple. So now we're going to select, copy. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's just undo that. All right, so we're going to select this little guy right here, copy and paste. Don't try to move it. That makes everything weird. So you can either do it like this and cut them out, or you can rotate them. It's up to you how you want it to come out, what works best for you. It doesn't really matter. But what we do need to do is we need to attach a line, just a straight line that's black on color 1. We need a straight black line that attaches the 2. Okay? And it doesn't matter because they're going to get cut out. So don't get hung up on that whole thing. This is so that whenever we bring it into SewArt, it's one continuous line instead of having to do one set of applique here and then another set of applique there. And if you want to do 2 different pencil toppers, 2 different kinds of felt and backing and stuff like that, and you do want them to be separate, then just don't include this line. It's very simple. Okay, so we're going to select, crop, and then select all, copy, and then we're going to open SewArt. And then we're going to go to Edit and Paste. And it looks pretty good. I don't think we're going to have any issues with color. It's just 3 colors, white, the black, and the yellow. So we don't have to do anything there. We don't need to posterize. We're not using the wizard. We literally have to do nothing except for check our size. Size is a little too big for my hoop, so I'm going to bring it down to 95. Everything looks like it stays pretty much the same. Okay, so since we don't have to do anything, we're just going to go straight over to Stitch Image. And in here, we're going to click on our applique center line. We're going to click Bean, and we're going to do the height of 2, which is really the separation between stitches. And the length, we're going to do 35 because it's nice, looks hand stitched kind of, but it's also small enough that it keeps the things really closely sewn together. Okay, so here's 2 and 35. We're going to hit applique center line. And we can click here and it's going to show us the whole entire line where it's going to go. Okay, so we just need 1 line. If we were to not include this line, it would do 3 lines here, 3 lines there, and then so you'd have 6 steps, 7 steps, 8 steps. You'd have 8 steps if you don't include this line right here. This is going to make it really easy because we're only going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps now because we're going to have just the 1 tack down or the die line that's going to show you where to put your fabric. And then you're going to lay your fabric down and then you're going to have the tack down. It's 1 next stitch. And then you're going to, once the tack down is down, you're going to skip forward to the last 2, stitches, and we're going to have the stars. So it's going to be really, really, really simple. And then you go back and you add your backing you put your piece of felt on the back, and then you do your final stitch, which will show the 2 and 35, and it'll make it where the back is attached to the front, and then you cut it off and you slip your pencil right up through the middle. It's so fun. Okay, so that's our first step. And then the fill stitch, we're going to just stick with the default. It's really beautiful. Okay, and there we go. All right, so even though it shows there's only 3 steps over here, it's actually going to be 5 steps because number 1 is 3 steps. And it sounds a little confusing, but it's not. It's really, really fun. All right, so we're just going to go File, Save As, and I'm not going to save a picture of this, but you can if you want to. And I'm just going to go straight into the removable disc, which is my machine. Okay, it's untitled, but let's go ahead and call it Heart with Star. Pencil topper. Okay, make sure that your pattern size is good. You can change your thread. I don't know how it chooses. I mean, I use pretty much stuff at Joann's that I can't pronounce. And my niece got me this huge box with 40 spools of beautiful embroidery machine thread from Embroidex for my birthday over this weekend. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to start doing some more work with this stuff because it's so gorgeous. The thread is gorgeous. Okay, so we're all saved. And now I'm going to go ahead and stitch it out and take pictures, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Thanks. Okay, so go ahead and hoop your stabilizer. I use the garden fabric. It specifically has to look like the stuff that you would use for the cutaway or the tearaway. Whenever you see it in person, if you go to buy it in real life, you'll know what I'm talking about. It looks like a stabilizer that we already use, pretty much. Anyway, so here is the die line. It just tells us where to put our fabric. And I'm just going to use some white felt and some yellow thread so that it's all pretty obvious so you guys can see. So I put the fabric over the dye line, and it's just, this is going to be step number 2. And then before you skip forward to or before you do step number 3, you're going to want to skip forward to step number 4 and do the stars in the middle and then skip back. So here is after I've laid down um, on top of the dye line. This is what it looks like whenever the tack down runs. Sorry. Okay, and it just kind of does an outline of it and it tacks it down. And then so you're going to skip forward. See how number 3 is actually going to be your final stitch. So, and that's the 3 and 35 on your bean stitch. So you're going to skip forward to number 4, which is going to be your stars on here. So it's going to do the fill stitches on the stars before we put the backing on. If we put the backing on first, if we do step number 3 first, it's going to make it where we can't use it as a pencil topper really, and all of the stuff, all of the hangies and stuff like that, that would all show on the back of the felt. And so we want to put all of our, do our inside fill stitches before we put the backing on so that it can all be hidden by the backing. So here's what it looks like, and we're going to go ahead and spray some spray adhesive. I got this stuff, I think, at Hobby Lobby for $5, and it's not too bad. You just have to use it fast. Don't, coat anything with it. And, just a couple squirts is really, really good. And you'll have to keep the nozzle clean, but that's really simple. But I love this stuff. So you just really lightly tack on the back piece, the felt that you're choosing for the back. You can choose any colors for the back. I'm, just doing a tutorial, so try to make it pretty easy. So once it's glued on, you're going to want to um, put the hoop back onto the machine and let it sit for about a minute, and so that it can dry up. You don't want it to be wet glue really bad whenever you're trying to stitch out the final, because it will goopy up everything. Okay, so then you want to skip back to step 3, and step 3 is going to be your bean stitch that looks hand stitched, and it's going to go around the whole thing, and it's going to cover up the back of the star. And so here's what it looks like on the back. It looks really cute. And so you're just going to cut out really close to the edges, um, that middle piece that connects them. You're just going to cut it out like it doesn't even exist. See? And, I need to get better scissors or just spend more time cutting, but um, here you go. It's very, very simple. You slide your pencil up through in between the stabilizer and the front part, and that keeps it nice and snug. Alrighty, and here's a little close up. You can put names on it. You've really dressed them up. Just get really, really creative. Alrighty, thanks so much, you guys. And again, thanks all the time for so much encouragement. I really, really appreciate the encouragement. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye bye.